A tabletop exercise, or TTX, is a disaster preparedness activity using a simulated scenario. It's discussion-based, helping participants familiarize themselves with response processes and allowing administrators to gauge the effectiveness of emergency response practices. A facilitator guides the discussion on necessary steps, and scenarios can differ based on the organization's location and industry. Tabletop exercises are table-based activities used to enhance general awareness, validate plans, and assess needed systems. They guide the process from prevention, protection, and mitigation to response and recovery from a defined incident. TTXs are designed to be delivered in a low-stress environment. Common scenarios for TTXs include natural disasters like earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, and tornadoes. Other scenarios cover loss of power, fire, pandemics, cyber attacks, and office or building emergencies. Emergency management involves 3 critical phases: before, during, and after an incident. Every phase is equally important for effective disaster preparedness and response. Major group activities in a TTX include reviewing training materials, such as scenario emergencies, maps, objectives, and checklists. Feedback forms are also utilized for facilitators, evaluators, and participants. The challenge for this training is addressing what possibilities might be overlooked. The 10-step model provides a structured approach for conducting a TTX. The steps range from reviewing existing plans, defining goals, creating a team, developing objectives and the scenario, and identifying players, to deciding on logistics and injects, choosing personnel, and concluding with a hot wash and after-action report. Examples of activities in a TTX follow a clear process, starting with defining the exercise's objective and selecting the emergency situation. This includes setting the scope, developing the scenario, defining staffing requirements, and arranging external assistance. The process continues through establishing a time frame, selecting a code name, briefing and running the exercise, debriefing participants, writing a report, and considering future procedures. The purpose of a TTX is to evaluate an organization's disaster preparedness and clarify participants' roles. It addresses various scenarios, covering response steps from start to post-disaster recovery, and assesses internal and external resources, as well as communication methods. The outcomes guide recovery planning, inform new guidelines, and highlight knowledge gaps or security flaws. It also helps key personnel become comfortable with their roles, and an after-action report summarizes findings. The TTX process generally follows 6 steps. 1. Goal and objective. 2. Exercise target participants. 3. Exercise material. 4. Pre-exercise activities. 5. Conducting the exercise. And 6. Debriefing. Understanding local risk involves 4 key action priorities. Priority 1 is understanding the risk of disaster. Priority 2 is strengthening the governance system focused on disaster risk reduction. Priority 3 is investing in risk reduction and improving overall disaster preparedness. Finally, Priority 4 is recovering quickly through effective recovery, rehabilitation, and reconstruction processes. Pros of TTX include being a reliable disaster recovery testing method that prepares participants and informs the organization of plan weaknesses. It is a cost-effective, active discussion and can be completed quickly. Cons include the inability to replicate every aspect of a real situation, which may lead to overlooking possibilities. Organizations might overlook unlikely scenarios, and factors like geography and industry nature affect scenario planning. These images showcase different groups participating in TTX training, reflecting the various settings and personnel involved in preparing for emergency response scenarios.